Hello all, hope you are doing well. My name is Kiran Ghadgaonkar. Along with me, my team members Hemant Kundalkar and Riya Mukherjee. We are here to take you through our credit card fraud detection Capstone project journey. So let's begin with the same. So here is the agenda. So these are the topics that we will be covering throughout this journey. So let's first understand what is credit card frauds. So credit card fraud is any dishonest act to obtain information without the proper authorization of the account holder for financial gain. Among the different ways of committing this fraud, skimming is the most common one. Apart from this, there are other ways also of making these fraudulent transactions, like stolen or lost credit cards, fraudulent telemarketing, manipulation or alteration of genuine cards, creation of counterfeit cards, and so on. According to Federal Trade Commission (US), there are around 10 million people who are credit card theft victim every year, and these credit card companies are bearing a loss that is close to $50 billion every year. So now let's try to understand the business background first. So Finex is a leading financial service provider that is based out of Florida, US. So in recent times, since there is a consistently increasing trend in terms of fraudulent transactions, which has a direct impact on these companies as they are facing a lot of challenges. And for these companies, retaining highly profitable customers is a most important business goal, which seems to be at risk because of this consistently increasing trend of fraudulent transactions. So for that, they have hired us as a consulting company. So our job here is to identify the root cause of these fraudulent transactions and recommend them ways to mitigate this issue. So what we will do is we'll build a machine learning model which will predict the fraudulent transactions using and for that we will be using a simulated credit card transactional data set from Kaggle as a proof of concept. So this is the solution methodology that we have applied to build the machine learning model which will predict the fraudulent transactions. So now let's understand the data set. So this dataset contains credit card transactions of around 1,000 cardholders with pool of 800 merchants from 1st Jan 2019 to 31st December 2020. There are total of 18,52,394 transactions, out of which 9,651 transactions are fraudulent. This dataset is highly imbalanced, which needs to be handled before we initiate the model building. And this will be taken care by EDA, exploratory data analysis. So our target variable would be is fraud variable or feature that represents the class labeling. So whenever the value is 1, it is a fraudulent one, and if the value is 0, this is not a fraudulent transaction. So now let's understand the exploratory data analysis. So we perform univariate analysis on multiple features like amount, city, pop, age, distance, gender. So according to kernel density function, wherever there were major skewness found, we treated those variables with log transformations. However, the data shows a clear imbalance in the target variable that is fraud. So we will handle the same by sampling methods. So let's understand how part from Ria. So now I'll request Ria to take you through the model building to model selection journey. Over to you, Ria.
Thank you, Kiran. Now I will go through you the model building and hyperparameter tuning process. So here, for creation of our classification models, we can consider these four algorithms, that is logistic regression, decision trees, random forest and XGBoost. And for each algorithm, we will have an unsampled model and then we will compare it by using sampling method SMOT and ADASIN. Now we can consider our model evaluation process, and here the metric we have used to evaluate the models, that is recall. So what is recall? Recall, which is also known as sensitivity or true positive rate, and the formula for recall is true positive, that is TP, divided by true positive TP plus false negative, that is FN. Now we can consider the graph of logistic regression unsampled, and then we can compare it with sampled SMOT and ADASIN. Now we can consider the graph of decision tree classifier unsampled, and then we can compare it with sampled SMOT and ADASIN. Then we can consider the graph of random forest unsampled, and then we can compare it with SMOT and ADASIN. Now we can consider the graph of XGBoost unsampled, and then we can compare it with sampled SMOT and ADASIN. Now finally we have reached our model selection and model building process, and here we can consider these three values, that is recall scores, AUC scores, and confusion matrices, which we have collected from the 12 algorithms. And from them, the highest AUC score is, we can see here, XGBoost unsampled has highest AUC score value, that is 0.98. So we can select for our final model, that is XGBoost unsampled. So in this way, our model selection and model building process is completed. Now over to Heman. Thank you.
Thank you, Ria. This is Heman, and we will discuss current income losses and business impact. On an average, we process a staggering 77,183 credit card transactions every month. Among these, an average of 402 transactions are identified as fraudulent. But what does this mean for your business? Each fraudulent transaction amounts to an average loss of $530. That's where the real challenge begins. The expenses linked to these fraudulent transactions sum up to a daunting $213,392. That's the hard-earned money that would be invested elsewhere to flourish your business. Now we will discuss the business impact. Our new model shines in this aspect. It successfully detects 235 out of these fraudulent transactions. This not only protects your business and finances, but also contributes to a smoother customer experience. However, we are aware that perfection is a journey, not a destination. There were 70 fraudulent transactions that slipped through the cracks, resulting in a loss of $37,100. But there is exciting part. By implementing our model, the total cost after deployment amounts to $37,452.50. This investment paves the way for a safer financial ecosystem. The numbers doesn't lie. With the new models in a place, the savings realized are nothing short of impressive. A remarkable $175,607. This is a testament to the efficacy of our solution in not only mitigating risk but also bolstering your financial health. In conclusion, the world of credit card transactions is complex, but with our model, you gain a powerful ally against the fraudulent activities. These benefits, the benefits aren't just financial; they extend to your reputation and customer trust. Thank you for your time.